Get ready for your dose of digital marketing strategy and tactics that will help you find the success you are seeking. You are listening to the Digital Marketing Podcast with your instructor Mandar Marathe.
Hi, this is Mandar Marathe, your host of the Digital Marketing Podcast. In this episode of the podcast, I am going to talk about employee advocacy and why it is important or relevant in today's time where social media dominates the landscape. So, when someone advocates about your brand or your business, they are extending your reach or your message. And when it's your employees that are actually promoting and sharing the content that you have created as a business on their social media channels or network, they are acting as your advocates. So, what is employee advocacy? Like I said, employee advocacy is involving your workforce to promote your products or your services through their social media channels or networks. It's not just that the company benefits from employee advocacy, it's also the employees that benefit by sharing content on their social channels. They are then seeked out and thought of as leaders in their space when they are sharing a relevant content in their social media channels. Some of the stats related to employee advocacy, which I have gathered from LinkedIn. LinkedIn says that people have 10 times more reach than company pages, which means if you put out a post on your company page, it will get 10 times lesser the reach as if an employee or if you as a business owner would put out that same post on your LinkedIn profile. Second, what they say is that only 2% of employees end up sharing content from a company's handle or page. But these 2% employees result in 20% engagement on LinkedIn. Right? So 86% of people who have been involved in employee advocacy programs, they have said that it has had a positive effect on their career, whether it's to find their next job or to establish themselves as a thought leader. Employee advocacy works for both the company as well as the employee. So how do you go about building an employee advocacy program, right? So first and foremost, I would say that you need to build a culture that is a do good culture, right? So you need to ingrain employee advocacy in your company culture, right? So you need to reward social work that is done by some of your employees, and maybe you could grant them paid holidays, or you could share some of the content that they have created for their own personal promotion. You could share that content on your company's social media handles. You could, as a company also, you could give back to the society through charity. And when your employees see that you are involved in charitable work and you are giving back to the society, they will also start promoting or sharing the content that you have created. There are a couple of clients of ours, both belong to the Tata Group. There is an initiative called Tata Pro Engage, and then there is one that's called Tata Volunteering Week. Both of these initiatives are targeted towards engaging employees and getting them to create content and share that content on their social media channels, right? So first and foremost, make employee advocacy a part of your company culture. Next, you need to define the goals for your employee advocacy programs. What is it that you want to achieve, right? Do you want to get a wider reach through your social media content? Do you want to get more eyeballs? Do you want to generate more, leads, more business? What is it that you want to generate, right? And accordingly, there needs to be a reward for every action that the employee takes, right? So let's say you want to hire more candidates, or get the right talent to work for your company, then you should maybe encourage employees to share job profiles and provide a referral bonus if that hire is going to stay with the company for at least 6 months, right? If you want to get more clients, maybe you would want to share a finder's fee, right? It's absolutely right to share, in my opinion, to share a commission if someone is giving you a client or referring you to a new client that is going to stay with you at least for 6 months or a year, right? Or if you want to promote thought leadership, then you could have your employees create content, blogs, infographics, ebooks, etc., and share that content on your company website, and accordingly have that content also distributed on social media platforms. Third is, once you define the objectives and goals, is you go ahead and execute. And this is where most companies fail when it comes to building employee advocacy programs, is that they I would say is that they try to do it with all their employees, and it's not going to work. There are, the simple Pareto analysis or Pareto rule applies here. The 20-80 rule applies here. Is that maybe only 20% of your employees would actually be engaged with your employee advocacy program. So pick only the handful or few of your employees who would be ready to participate in the program and share all the content that you are creating, right? So start small as a team and make sure that you are generating results, or you're showcasing the results from this small team, and then take the employee advocacy program to the next level, right? Second is, once you start small, is to promote work of your employees on social media, right? So let's say from an digital advertising perspective, if someone has created a campaign on Facebook or Instagram, make sure that you're posting it through your company handles or profile, and giving due credit to the graphic designer or the copywriter, or if you've done a brilliant campaign on Google Ads, make sure that you put it out there, saying that this campaign was actually managed or executed by a particular employee, right? So always recognize their efforts by posting their content on social media. And finally, you need to have a measurement framework in place, right? So going back to point number one, where I said that you need to define the objectives of your employee advocacy programs. For each goal or each objective, you need to have a key performance indicator, right? Something that will help you to measure how well you're doing against your set goals, right? So put up key performance indicators such as growth in organic reach across your social media channels, or increase in number of likes, which I would consider maybe vanity metrics. But I would say look at specific metrics like engagement rate, growth in organic reach, growth in traffic, growth in business, growth in referrals, growth in job applications, right? So measure each and every goal that you have set for your employee advocacy program, and then take a stack every quarter to see whether the program is actually effective or not. That's it for now on this episode of the Digital Marketing Podcast. I hope you enjoyed, and please do subscribe. Have a good day.
This episode of the Digital Marketing Podcast has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more digital marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you have always dreamed of. And don't forget to review and rate so that I can provide the best content possible. Be sure to tune in to the next episode on the Digital Marketing Podcast.